In this video, I'm going to remind you of what you need to do to make sure you have your EdTech 202 Google Drive folder configured properly. I went into my Google Drive account and it appears that many of you have not shared your EdTech 202 Google Drive folder with me yet with editing permissions. So let's go over this real quickly. This was to be done during week 2. And in fact, most of you said you had completed it, so maybe I'm just missing a few of your folders. But if you click, remember this is a hyperlink, means that it links to something. So I'll open this, and this is a Google Doc. And what's really nice about most of my resources and activity information is I did put them on Google Docs because you can print them. So you can easily just click this little print icon and then work from a printed sheet. Sometimes that's easier, especially when you're doing things like this when you work through the steps. All right, so if you haven't seen this before, make sure you go through this and do this. Let me go to my Google Drive and I'll give you an example of a student's folder. In fact, first of all, let me just go to my main drive. Remember, anything you create in Google Drive, unless you share it with someone, only you can see it. So if you provide a link to someone of a Google Doc and you haven't shared it with anyone, well, they can't see it. So that's why I have you create a folder, share your folder with anyone with the link, and share your folder with me with editing permissions so that whatever you place in that folder inherits those permissions, and you don't have to do any more sharing on individual files. It's automatically shared. It makes it super easy for you and easy for me. So let me just click this shared with me, and as you can see, I have some 202 folders, but I don't have that many, and I'm wondering where they are. So I'll show you an example of one that's formatted correctly. And Madeline, she put her name on the folder. That's fine. I can see who owns the folder though. For instance, here's an EdTech 202 folder, and I can see that Addie is the owner of that folder. So let's go to Madeline's. She's done hers very nicely. She has her main folder, EdTech 202, and then she's created an artifacts folder and a practice folder within her EdTech 202 folder. If I hold my mouse over here, I can see that she has this shared with anyone with the link can view, which is perfect, the entire folder. So anything she places in the folder, folders, files, whatever, automatically inherit those permissions. She's the owner of the folder. And then she's also shared the folder with me with editing permissions. That's what this little pencil icon means. And she's placed her first artifact within the artifact folder. I don't necessarily access your artifacts from your folder, but if I had to look for it, at least I could find it this way. And the really nice thing about this is if you get in this habit of putting your schoolwork in course folders in Google Drive, you'll be able to access them from any computer. You'll have them all nicely organized. And if something happens to your computer, if you get it, if it's stolen or you lose it or you drop it in the river, the hard drive blows up, whatever, you have this information. You have all these files here on your Google Drive. So it's a really great habit to get into. So let me go back to shared with me and we'll look at another folder, and here's Addie's folder, and sure enough she has her artifacts in practice, and then she just needs to put her infographic in here. She's probably getting ready to do that. We'll look at another one. Here's Tessa's, and again she has artifacts and practice. Let's see if she has her, and she placed her infographic within the artifacts folder. So this is what I want you to do. Make sure that you have an EdTech 202 folder that you've shared with anyone at, actually, she has to share this with anyone with the link. So she still needs to go in here and adjust this sharing because this is only people at Boise State Bronco Mail. I'd like her to do it with anyone with the link. So if she can change that, that would be great. And just make sure that you follow the instructions, you go through this Google Drive folder activity, and of course if you have any questions, contact me and let me know what you need for help. Thanks for viewing.